Welcome to Adult Play Therapy Uncensored. I'm your host, the original John 20.
Hey, this is Jerry P.
And of course, you see who we have here back once again.
It's your girl, Candi K Lynn.
Yes, the original trio is back, guys. So, we're taking it full advantage of this. Bringing you exactly what you want to hear and what you want to see. All right? Now, like I said, back on the show, we have my sister here, Glennis. This is my younger sister, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, she's got some insight. We're going to see if we can get her stirred up. But we are here at Cedar Hill.
Cedar Hill, we at Hooters, man. Every Thursday night, 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Doing our
Yes,
thing,
sir.
Man. The wings are hot, the drinks are flowing.
Yeah,
and the
girls
women out there
looking-
doing their thing.
Yeah,
Man. Come out and be a part of the show.
Yeah, they not
Dig with
bad.
us.
Come on in here, man. Have some fun with us. Buy us some wings. We may buy you some. You never know. Just come and spend some time with us. Like I said, we are in season 2, so it's about to get bigger and better. Trust me, like these weeks are going to change up on us. So most definitely post, share, subscribe. Post, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Check out all the social media. Things are being built up every day right now. Mm-hmm. And we working. Like, we really trying to have some fun with this thing.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah, so you're about to see some change. It's going to change. It's going to continue to grow. But at this time, we're on to another topic. Topic number 2. All right. So, The topic that we'll be touching down on is clingy women.
Clingy women.
And in some cases, clingy men. But I'm saying clingy women.
Yeah.
Is it natural or is it problematic?
Yeah.
What you gotta say about that? Is clingy women natural, problematic?
Are we gonna start with the women? Or we gonna, how we
No,
gonna
we're
do
gonna
this?
start with children. We're gonna let the women chime
man.
in. How about that? We're gonna let the women chime in. What you think?
Man, I feel like it can be problematic.
Gotcha.
Because clinginess, the essence of it, I'm sure it comes from an innocent,
Right.
part of someone's, being. But when you're overly needy in any situation, it's a problem. It's a problem.
But hold on, we got to be careful when we say needy and clingy. Now, clingy is an individual who's wanting to be there all the time, wanting to know your whereabouts, always up under you.
I thought clingy was needing to
No.
be there.
Yeah, they need to be there, yeah.
I need to see you right
But
now.
that's the thing, it's
I
a want.
need you to call me back.
Yeah,
I need you to text me when I'm texting you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a motherfucking need
I got you.
in the word clingy.
Well, in
You know
their
what I'm saying?
nature, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it is a natural thing that can be problematic. Is what
I
you're
always
saying.
feel like I feel like when you have situations like that or emotions like that, that derives from something like a lack of attention or a lack of love or a lack of something previously
Gotcha.
that you're maybe not getting, that you kind of that makes you
or
feel
that you did receive.
Yeah.
And
So I feel like that's where that derives from. But
I kind of like it though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't feel like I feel where you're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like in taking a different direction with it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a woman who's got some clinginess to her.
Some is good.
Yeah,
Some is good.
But I'm just saying the reason why I say I don't mind a clingy woman is because you got so many women out here that are just so free spirited. It's
Yeah.
like you can't trust everybody. Everybody isn't mature enough to govern themselves accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, it's like if I got a woman who's like, yo, like I have no problem being here with you or around you, whatever you like to do, I like to do. When you're away from me, I'm always thinking about you. I have no problem with that.
That's psychotic.
But no, no, because and the reason I say that is
Whatever
because
you like.
Yeah, no, I didn't say
What
that.
you want to eat?
No, I ain't
Whatever
saying
you
that.
like, whatever
I don't
you want to eat.
Yeah, no, I didn't say I wanted to be, like weak and just whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying like, that when I get home, my wife is going to be coming in the door shortly because she knows I get home at a certain time. We're going to spend time together.
Gotcha.
They're not the type of people that every time you look up, I need space. Because at the end of the day, too much space leads you to where?
So are you a clingy man?
Am I? No,
I'm just trying to follow this dialogue.
No, I'm not. No, for real. I'm not a clingy man, but I'm a man that welcomes the attention of my woman.
But you said something when I come home and my wife. When we talking about clingy, we're talking about individuals that I feel like husband and wife should cling to one another.
Yeah.
You should cling to one another.
Right.
Because you should want to know where your wife is and your wife should want to know where you are.
Right.
But
These situationships.
but when you're in a situationship,
Yeah.
it can be too much.
But see, that's you said.
So
the wrong
don't. But you
word,
said.
though.
But you said wife.
I said wife because he's married. And normally when he and I are talking, I use the.
And that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
There has to be So there has to be differentiation,
Yeah.
right?
No, because I'm a single man.
Right. So there
I always
has
use
to
my
be
opinion
there
too.
has to be differentiation.
But hold on.
So-
How can you get that as a wife if you can't get that as a dating mate?
Because
You dig what I'm
because
saying? I
sometimes
think habits create
and so for me,
opportunities.
even with certain men, right? Speaking previous experience,
Right.
certain people don't want it. So once you reject stuff,
Right.
you have to understand we are in and there's a reason, right? They're calling us city girl era now, but I think that as women, a lot of us have evolved, okay, to understand that we need our own time, we need our own space, we need our own girl trips, we need our own friends. So with certain men, it's like, okay, I can do this for so long, but we want our own space too. So I think that like this clinginess thing, I don't know if that's necessarily healthy in the dating aspects to certain extents. Like there's got to be some level of balance. I don't really care what you're doing most of the day.
I don't say that.
Hopefully you're at work.
Don't say that.
I don't.
No, that's a good point that she said that.
Because I'm busy.
I don't care what you're doing.
Like literally, I just don't like. I don't have to. Like I'm focused on what I'm doing, and if he's focused on what he's doing, so like you said, when we come home, like I can give you a few hours, but I don't need to be up under anybody all the
Well,
time.
I think you can unconsciously push someone away, just because like even if you look at maybe like the 5 love languages. If your mate, your spouse is an acts of service kind of person,
Yeah.
but you take that for granted, and like you, John come home, he run the bath water, he cooking all this kind of stuff, and she's like, oh okay, appreciate it. That might affect him differently.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To where you might not feel appreciated. So just knowing who your mate is, continually learning who your mate is an important thing, because they might need that kind of attention.
Right, but the acts of service is that's what you want.
Yeah.
It's not what I want.
And see,
so
that's-
that's not my love. You
But
see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we get to that. So if
We
it's
talked about equal
Yeah.
yoke too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And that's the reason why I feel when it comes down to like what you're saying, that's why it's important that you find that person in your life.
Who fits.
Because because at the end of the day, I'm glad you're my cousin. Because half the things you said does not interest me. Because at the end of the day, I don't need a woman who does not care what I'm doing. And the reason I'm saying that is because at the end of the day, if you don't care what I'm doing, I will be doing her and her and her.
But-
and at the end of the day,
how many
It's
hours?
because you feel like you don't
But
matter.
how many
That's
hours
right.
do we have in a
That's
day,
right.
right? Like
Right.
ultimately.
let's not just look at that. How many hours do we have? How many days or how many years do we have left in life?
But that's true. But like when I get up, when like at the start of the
Ain't nobody
day,
working that hard.
but,
Right, for real.
But for me, so right, let me give you a typical day,
I
right?
bet
So I was like in school this semester. I worked 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you good? I know where you're
But hold on,
supposed to
no,
be.
that's by choice.
You
That's
good?
by
choice. I can't
But I
y'all.
can't be up under you
Right.
all the
But
time.
that's by
But what if he all of a sudden was like, I wish you'd check on me more. I wish
Yeah.
you would.
Cause he ain't gonna text back cause he working. Like,
Yeah.
I-
But
what
that's
you
what I'm
say?
saying.
Equally
Y'all
yoked?
have
Equally
y'all are in a
yoked, yes.
relationship.
Yeah, like-
Yes.
Y'all are in a relationship, so y'all basically have gotten each other's patterns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess when I'm a little different, I'm not in a relationship, I'm not married.
And I'm not either.
I'm just looking at clingy as me dating.
Yeah.
And I think y'all taking clingy as in relationships and in marriage. I'm looking at dating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to date anybody. And let me be very clear. I don't want to date no man. Because when you start saying anybody in
Oh,
these
yeah,
days and
yeah,
times,
yeah.
let me be very clear. I don't want to date no man that expects me to sit by the phone, text him every 5 minutes, because I don't want him doing that to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's clingy. I do care about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I do care about what your day. But I feel like when you're at work, then when we say, hey, we're coming together, tell me about your day.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my day. We're doing that. That's that time. But clingy, I think we're forgetting. Let's think about clingy women, because that was y'all topic.
Mhm.
Clingy women is a woman who can't do anything
Without-
for
No,
herself.
no, I can't
Hold on,
say
let me
that.
finish my statement.
Yeah.
A clingy woman is someone who can't do anything, can't focus on doing anything for herself because she's so busy worried about you, want to be under you, where you going, what you doing, why you going there, questioning you. You know what I'm saying? Your every step in your move. So when a person, that's why they have an issue. Men have issues with clingy women. It's like, dang, let me breathe.
Find you something to do.
Right, find you something to do. Why you always under me?
Every time I ran into that though, I'm the why guy. So whenever I like to delve into like the deeper level of relationships and people in general. So, all right, why is this like this? Why do you feel like you need that? Or why do you, and then, at the end of it usually gets to the point of, well, I wasn't showing much attention in my last relationship and this and that, and he was cheating and that's why he wouldn't.
So that's why they're questioning your every move.
So it's some other shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not me.
And that's why, because of past issues that they brought into this new relationship, that they're being so clingy on. Where you going? What you doing? Why I can't go?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this, because of course, I'm gonna talk to the masses, because I always talk to you guys, because I know how y'all feel. So I know how y'all think, and I like to take the personal and then take the personal out of it. I play the devil's advocate, just speaking for the audience here. I think what we described here are several different levels of people. Number one, what you're saying, I think that's more of the insecure woman. I listened to an individual online, and he made a statement where he's like, you guys say y'all have all these problems with clingy women. He said, but you got to understand something. That's a woman's nature. A woman's nature is nurture, and nurture means I have to be there. You cannot nurture a child from China if the child's in America. In order to nurture a child, the child has to be there with you in order for you to tend to his or her needs. Therefore, when you say clingy coming from a woman, meaning she's a nurturing woman who's trying to give you the attention that you need. The problem is, from what the guy was saying and from what I understood, he said that's a woman's nature. So if you have a problem with a woman being clingy to you, then you have a problem with women, But the one thing that you said, well, hold on. The one thing that she said here, my cousin said, that Candi K Lynn said that was pointed out to me, is women have evolved. Now, that's something that also I have a problem with, and I know that certain men out here, no, I'm just saying an opinion, is because the evolution of woman should never be outside the guidelines of what God said.
So evolution shouldn't be too far from the essence.
I don't think it should at all.
But finances can't be too far from the essence either.
But
so
that's different.
But it's not.
Different from your position.
But
no one's saying you can't work, because a woman has been working throughout the history.
But as we evolve,
cannot take the time
for the
to
amount of money.
Emotions.
But the amount of money we making now,
but see, that's
the type of jobs that we're. But listen. The type of jobs that we're working,
y'all make more money, y'all more educated, y'all in the working force.
And we're working. And so
but that still shouldn't stop
I can't.
Being a woman, thank you. So now she said I can cut my emotions off
right?
to you.
What makes me any more a woman than you a man? If I work more hours than you, why should I be the one cooking? Because
we didn't say that.
But I'm just giving you the example of what we've decided that femininity is, right? So my femininity shouldn't be attached to me catering to you or checking in on you. If I am busy or running a multi-million-dollar corporation, as some of these women are, through my 8 hours, I've got to work. Like, I got time to check and say, you good? You ate? You made it to your destination? Like, I'll stop and be like, hey, did you arrive in Alabama? Like, did you arrive in New York? Like, I'm seeing where you are. Okay, what time is game time? Like, I ask those questions, but to be up under and in his armpit every single day.
Can I ask you something?
We just don't have that kind of time.
Can I ask you something? And be honest, do you feel like you maybe adopted more of a masculine persona?
I feel like I've adopted.
When I say masculine, I mean like work, like kind of hustle, be on the grind. Fuck these.
I learned this from their mama.
No,
I ain't gonna like my.
Wrong people learn to try. That's the wrong.
Because what you just described, like none of that was like femininity.
None of it has to do with I have time for kids.
Available,
none of it say
right?
I have time for my man.
But no. I do. But when he says, hey, you haven't been on a trip in a while. Can you come on a trip? I stop what I'm doing. It may not be what I necessarily want to do, but I understand that's what. If he's asking for something, that's what he's needing.
And that's what
do I try to cook? At least once a week, I try to carve in that time.
I ain't talking about the domestics. I'm talking about taking care.
Yeah. But what does that mean?
Can I say this? Well, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
No, because I'm trying to. I'm trying. I'm the person. I'm listening, y'all. I'm trying to really get what we're talking about.
Who's you talking about?
Because no. What I'm saying is because we're talking about nurturing, and nurturing, as Jerry stated, talking about the 5 love languages comes in different ways.
Of course it does.
The way Candi K Lynn is describing, that's the way that works for her.
Right.
And her partner. Let me be clear with partner, he's a man. I'm big. Because that works for y'all. because you know his work schedule. He knows your work schedule. So you checking in is a form of nurturing.
Yeah.
You making sure that, did you get your flight? Did you, make it on time? That is a form of nurturing. We're talking about clingy. And I feel like we need to figure out what definition and what level of clingy. I mean, because you said there's different levels.
Right.
Nurturing.
What's acceptable?
Right, you said that about what you heard about nurturing and clingy.
Right,
To
right.
me, nurturing someone and being clingy is two different things because I'm a nurturer. I am
But
a
you gotta
nurturer
say
at heart too. If I'm in a relationship,
Yeah.
my family,
friends.
But that could
I
be
am a
considered clingy.
nurturer.
Because you just got to
no,
say
no.
the
But
way she comes,
clingy-
you could be clingy.
No.
And that's her nurturing form. If she's
No,
calling you
no.
all the time to
But
check
what
up
I'm
on
saying,
you.
Women
my
like
defi-
joking. I
No,
like-
my
But still,
definition
you're-
of clingy
yeah.
still is totally different because if I'm nurturing, like I might, okay, Jared right here, let me check in on you. How are you doing? You know?
Right.
But that means I'm clingy. I'm just.
No.
No, that
You
could
know-
mean you clingy to him, is what we're getting at.
But that's
What
what we're
getting
saying.
at
I
is
guess
a
we don't
woman who-
understand.
That's what I'm saying.
The
I don't have the definition of what
But see,
the different
that's the
level of
thing.
clingy. Because my level
There's-
of clingy, what I'm hearing,
Right.
I mean, what I'm thinking of when I think of clingy, is this. I gotta
Right,
be
right.
under you. I gotta be around you.
Right.
You can't make a move without
And
me
let's do
making.
this.
When
Let's
I
say-
move,
let's
you
say-
move just
Right,
like
but
that.
let's say
I know where you
got
are.
to
I
be.
know what
Yeah,
you got
I'm-
there.
Let's say I
Please
got
share
to
your
be.
location.
I have your location. I'm
Like-
okay. I'm calling you.
Yeah, no,
Where
You're
you
not
at?
where you
That's
supposed to
not
be.
clingy,
Your
though.
car.
That's what I'm saying. It's a difference.
That's
See,
not clingy.
No, that's clingy, but that's
insecure.
different.
No, that's
It's insecure, but that is-
an
it's
insecure woman
insecure.
wants to track you. Clingy isn't I have to be. Clingy is I want to be. Is what I'm saying. Clingy is when I show up or when I'm at home. Babe, what you doing? I'm at the house. Okay, can I come over?
But that's
Well,
your
yeah, come on.
See, I always
No,
look at
what I'm saying-
clingy synonymous with insecure.
And
I
that's,
do
and
too.
that's what
Me
most
too.
people do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
me
that's what
too.
we're doing.
I
I'm
don't
taking,
I don't
I'm
see
taking the
clingy with
insecure
nurturing.
aspects out of it. You dig what I'm saying?
I don't take clingy with nurturing because most people who are clingy might not be a person who's clingy might not be a nurturer.
Right.
But see, that's the reason why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, they
And
might
we're
not
trying to
have
get
that
so that they
loving.
can
I want to
understand.
care about you
Right.
more than
Fine.
I want to control you and
And
be
that's
abundant.
it.
you.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That's insecurity. Now, we're not saying insecure, we're talking about clingy. Now, I've talked to individuals on here, and I like to do my research before I throw up a topic, because Jared would throw
I
up
was
a
just
topic,
gonna
and I
look
was
up
trying
the
to
definition of clingy.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was too.
But I'm just saying, when I've talked to people, they be like, boy, my wife is clingy. What makes your wife so clingy, bro? She's always at the house. Okay, so you want your wife gone? It'd be all right for her to get out sometime.
But
Well,
that's
your wife,
not clingy. That's a homebody.
No, that's his definition
That's
of
his
being
definition.
clingy. He feels
Right.
like she's always there. She always wants to be there. She has no problem being there. And that's what I was telling him at the end of the
So
day. If
she's
you feel
clinging to
like
the home.
she's clinging to her husband. Well, she know when he's ready to go, babe, where you going? I'm gonna go with you if you want to go. Like she's ready to go when he's ready to go. Like and they're
Why-
not
but
married.
why?
They're not married.
But I'm
They're
just saying.
dating.
So
They're dating.
why when you walk out of the door do I need to go with you? Did you invite me? To me, that's what's clingy. Like
Yeah, that's
if
what I'm
you're
saying. That is
going
what's
to the
clingy.
bathroom, I don't need to follow
No,
you.
well, yeah, but we're not
if
going
you're
that deep.
going, if you're going to hang out with your friends, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So what's I guess let's establish what's too far.
Right, but hold on. What did your definition of clingy come up
Okay.
with? Because I love to hear
I
that
looked it
for
up.
the audience. What did
People
clingy
who are
say?
in your armpits.
Nah. So when let's see, it says tending to stay very close to someone, such as a parent, for emotional support, protection, etc. A clingy child. Some kids act out or become whiny when they don't get a parent's attention. Others become clingy or fearful.
There we go. So there's
So
there.
That's not
So the
nurturing.
fear of being away from you makes you act out.
Well,
Which is also goes
but
back
the
to
same
the
kids though. But I wish they had like a more of a adult aspect of it. And there's probably definition in that, but it's just the moral support and just being there with someone. It's like, why do we date in the first place? Why do we feel like we have the need?
Companionship.
Right, but what is companionship?
Companionship
Moral
looks like
support.
how
Sexual support.
many states have we visited?
You see what I'm saying?
Companionship looks like where did we go for date night? Companionship looks like, oh, you need me to throw your
That's not
clothes in the wash.
companionship.
Yeah, but it is for certain people.
It's
You need me to throw
partnership, yeah.
you need me to throw your clothes in
But
the,
no.
in the washing machine?
Okay, so
Bet, I
but now
got
we
you.
going back. Hold on, we going back because you said what we did for date night and what country. That you
That's
don't necessarily have to
companionship.
be living with someone for that though.
Right,
You see what I'm
right,
saying?
but that's companionship, right? So you can be
Companionship
clingy.
is marriage.
But
That's
no,
what companion,
no.
a companion is when I'm committed to
But
someone
but-
or dating someone or committed.
but we hanging out.
But hold on, I'm like, but what is companionship? So I guess you that's a good
It's like
question on that
hanging
too.
out. Like you want to, and I think
I'm
that's
not
the
hanging.
difference.
Everyone I hang out with ain't companionship.
But, okay,
to me.
so,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
with clingy-
having them booty calls, I didn't
Okay,
want companionship.
so-
I wanted
Companion-
Sexual
I
shit.
wanted the pee.
Situation.
Yeah, sexual
That is a situation because there was no
situationship.
problems in that.
But it wasn't a problem necessarily. And I think sometimes we're taking the titles and we're running with them and what our ideas of what things are supposed to be versus what works. For me, I'm not a clingy child. Like I don't need my parents.
But we're going back to what works for you.
like-
We got what works for you.
No,
We're
but I'm
trying to
just
see
saying
what
in
works for our
general.
audience.
Right,
Like,
we
for our
have a
audience.
definition.
Okay.
Yeah, come on,
We
let's
have a
get
better
it.
definition.
What is
Clingy
a
girl.
clingy girlfriend?
Yes.
Clingy girlfriend will struggle to give you space to be an independent person outside of the relationship.
A
Keep
clingy
reading.
girlfriend would do
And
what?
what
Struggle
is,
to give you space to be an independent person outside of the relationship.
Okay, so she struggles to give you space, and then now
but
you
the
be an independent person
most
outside of
important part is
Okay,
at the
go.
bottom.
Okay, so she'll constantly seek your attention, and the amount of it she gets from you, you'll have a profound impact on her mood, happiness,
That's
and
the
state
part.
of,
The
state of
mood-
mind.
Gotcha.
A clingy person, if and I'm not a clingy person, nurturing and clingy is totally different. Is what I was saying. This is my mindset. Because a clingy person, why you don't want to be around
But there's nothing
me?
about insecure being there, though.
But that is
no,
No, it didn't. It said-
But it is.
said- no, no,
See what it says? At the end,
says,
it said it affects
affects your mood.
It has an impact
But
on
that's,
her mood.
but that's not
Person-
insecure. What that is let me explain it to you like this, because I feel like we have to really take personal out of things when we look at some situations, especially when it comes to our audience. I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna take you on a journey real quick. Look at it this way.
I feel like I know where you're going, but I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
I feel like
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more politically correct.
Listening ears on.
Gotcha. Look at it this way, okay? And I don't want to use a child, but let's use us as an individual. All right, as an individual, okay? How do you feel dating someone who's never there?
Not great.
Fine.
See, okay, you say fine,
Not great.
not great. How about yourself?
I'm not, because you're not dating. I'm
No,
not good
listen
with
what I'm
that.
saying.
No, I'm
Dating
asking,
someone who's never there.
that's my answer.
Yeah.
You're not dating somebody who's not there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I'm not dating a female who's never there.
But what is
'Cause at the-
never there?
Period. Just like I say,
But
they
what does
are
that
never
mean?
there.
How much
they
time
are a
are
phone
you
call
needing?
away. Hey babe, how you doing?
But sometimes-
I'm good.
and that's what I'm
when
saying,
am I gonna
like-
see you? I don't know.
And that
I'm
goes
busy
back
right
to
now.
this definition.
Okay, what about
That
somebody-
person has given you independent space.
No, she said it says the person struggles to give you independent space. Meaning when you're
But
in
you
a
just said
relationship.
the person that you should be able to pick up the phone,
phone and
she's
call
calling.
them.
No, I didn't. I said, listen to what I'm saying. I gotta listen. I said, how do you feel about dating a person who is not there?
Right, and you said when you
Period.
pick up the phone,
I said if they're just a phone call away, that's all they give you is a phone call. Hey, how you doing? And you're like, hey, I'm good. You doing okay? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
that's good for you.
And no, it's not good for
That's
me.
not good
What
for
I'm
you.
saying is
Okay.
no. I'm like, is that good for you?
Yes.
Okay,
Because
so
we
you're
have,
never gonna say in your mind, well, when the hell am I gonna see you?
Well, here's the thing, right?
You feel what I'm saying?
There are other things, and I think for some of us, like with the
I don't think you can
clinginess,
sustain a relationship like that.
Hell no,
with the
I
but
don't
with the
think so either.
clinginess, what the reality is, like we live in real world.
Yeah.
We don't live in love all the time. Love does because we don't even like.
You don't live in
but
love
we
all the
don't
time.
even like.
I
it.
live
but,
in love.
but we
My
don't.
audience
We
lives
don't.
in love.
You're married, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We
That's the
don't
reason why he's
even
married.
like our. We don't. We love them
Wait a
every
minute.
day.
Jerry said,
We
hold
don't
on,
no.
like these
said
people
No,
every
Jerry
single
saying
day.
you speak for yourself.
We love them.
Yeah.
We love them, but we don't like them every
No,
day.
you speak for yourself.
But and again, you say when we have these conversations, we can't have these conversations and not take them personal
Right.
because it is about our personal experiences. That's the only place we can speak from. I was raised to be an independent kid. Like so, if my parents were like, be grown. Like my parents were not like my mom may come look in the window at school. She was watching the teacher. She was watching the class. We may not know she was there. I come from like independence. So in these situations, what I'm saying is in relationships, we can't teach these girls that love is all that matters, right? Because when you need a man that like, do you want to survive? Because the man got to go to work. Do you want to survive or do you want to be felt on all day?
But
Do,
everything-
like
I don't
what's
think everything
the
is that-
difference?
I don't think everything is that black and white.
It's not.
And I feel
Can't
like
be.
a lot of women were thrust into the life, the upbringing of independence, especially in this generation. But I think their specific personalities would be contrary to that if they were just able to be themselves, to be women, to be, able to be. Because you got a lot of women nowadays that aren't able to be loved because they've been thrust in such independence.
Exactly.
But how does that keep you from being loved? Because I don't need to go to you're saying one call away. I don't need to be on the boys trip with you. You and Jerry are going on boys trip. She's
not what I said.
coming to Vegas with her friends.
That's not what I'm saying.
To meet you because she's gonna be one call away.
But that's not what I'm
when you
saying.
decide at the end of the night that you need to be,
Okay, well,
you needed to go down.
Let's
Like,
flip
So
it.
it just don't work for you.
Hold on. No, it don't work.
That don't work for you.
But let's flip it. I'm gonna answer to two of your statements that you made. Statement number one, you said we're women running Fortune 500 companies and that, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I met women that run Fortune 500 companies here in Dallas, and the thing about those women, they want to be with their men. So when they run these companies, they have these people called assistants that take over their day-to-day. They tell them exactly what they need done, and they just monitor to make sure it's done. Why? Because they spend a lot of lunchtime and hotel time, not only with their husband, but with their boyfriends too. And I'm just saying, Fortune 500 women got it together because they have assistants to make sure that they are able to maximize their time perfectly with their children, with their mates, and with their boyfriends.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you also say that you were raised to be an independent female, which I get it and I see it, honey. But I was raised to be independent too as a man. Very independent. I was raised to be the man, be the head. And in that, I didn't get the attention other than that. So therefore, as a man, I'm speaking on those other men that was raised to be independent. So when it comes to a clingy woman, I have no problem with it. Why? Because maybe I did not receive some type of love. So when I have a female who says, you know something, I want to spend some time around you. We still work our 9 to 5. She can still text me throughout the day. But when the day is done, I don't have a problem with my woman being with me. Now, you being family, you've seen that. The females that I've dated in my past, if they want to be there, they can be there. If we go out on time, out on a trip or whatever, I'm taking my woman with me if she can go. Like, I don't mind a family. I feel like clinginess or togetherness, I support a family setting where you have man, woman, and children together. That's why I'm always telling you, I admire you and your household. I don't need a person, and this is my opinion, like I was telling the guy who made the little statement, I don't need a woman that every time you look up, she ready to go hang out with her girlfriends rather than me. If that's the case, marry them.
So
Well, hold on. I want to let her make a statement.
yeah,
But hold on,
yeah.
I want to hear it. But she was biting the tongue. I just want to hear what you're saying.
No, I'm hearing y'all. I am, but I still think which I missed and what I'm getting, the clinginess. What you're saying is a person compassionate or passionate person.
I didn't say passionate.
No.
I said who
Let
wants
me
to be there.
finish.
Just the way
That's
you
a person.
describe
What
it.
you're describing.
Compassionate.
Is a person who is compassionate and showing you passion. Just like you said, what Jerry and I would describe was insecure. Those are our views.
Right.
But I think what we're missing when they're talking about a clingy woman, it's good to want to have your woman or your man under you at certain times or at all the time. But it becomes clingy if you say, okay, hey, I just need some space at this time, and their mood changes. It completely changes.
Right.
And I think that's where the clinginess come in. It's not about you being under me. It's not about you being around me. It's not about you checking up on me. It's not about if we're dating. For me, you being there and I'm not being there one phone call away. It's that if I say at this moment, this is what I'm thinking with clingy. If this moment we're together, but I'm like, dang, I really just need to go do this. Something came up, I'll be right back, I gotta go. And then your whole mood switches.
That's just scary.
Being around you determines how you gonna be for the day. I think that's where the clinginess and the craziness of it all comes about. It's not always for me being under somebody. I feel like if you like somebody, you're vibing, you're good, you should want to be around that person. But I think the craziness behind it, which makes clingy, the word clingy, so looked down on and so negative, is because of the mood swing behind it. Like
State of mind, yeah.
if you have a point, I mean, you say you want your woman around you checking on, and that's good, but you're also gonna want that point when you're like, okay, I just need a break. I need to be by myself. I need to go run and do this.
Not me. I don't have that problem.
But
you have things.
That's what I was gonna
I
ask
don't
you.
have that problem.
Right.
I've never had that problem.
And so, and to go off of what you're saying, like, right, so as a woman, so I think Jerry made that point about, like, the femininity. I don't actually date someone, like, in the business that he works in, and I'm around his friends. You cannot be clingy in that business.
Yeah.
Like, for what he has to
It'll
do,
tell you all apart.
well, it will distract him from where he's going.
what he's trying
So
to
for
do.
what he's trying to do, it may be 4:00 in the morning.
But it said clingy right there. Will struggle to allow them to be their successful person.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like it's not
And-
even a struggle for
yeah.
you though.
Right, because I understand, like,
So if he
right?
didn't, so if he didn't work in that field and worked in something a little more
Things would maybe be a
practical.
little different, but like I said, as Lisa said, I am nurturing. Like, I go on the road because if he says he wants me to go on the road and I find some tickets that I want and it's a city I want to go in, I'm there. Whatever it is. Oh, watch the game, show up at the game. But for certain people's level of success, you just can't do that.
Yeah, no.
And it's not that you don't.
But
And if I
definition-
needed
the
to be
definition
clingy, you
pointed that
understand what
out,
I'm
though.
saying? Then I would be cheating myself and not understanding that this is just the basics of how the situation has to flow. I have to be independent. I hang around a lot of the girlfriends, and wives, they got to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Because you are distracting your partner from getting where they need to go. If every 10 minutes, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to go here, I need you
But
here,
that's not-
can
but
you
that's
hug
not
me?
that. But that's
But
not
it
what we're
is,
saying.
because
No,
you're
no,
saying
no,
not
no.
be there.
They said
the
no,
time
they
is not
said-
available.
We got to remember the definition. The definition said they will struggle to make sure that the individual is successful, right? But at the end of the day, if a person is not with them, it does affect their day. Let's go to this. Let's go to the mindset. What creates that? When two people are together and things work together, things work. But at the moment that one person changes routine, if we all can admit it, it affects us, right?
If we're on a routine of
Yeah.
constantly
I'm just
doing
saying, no,
things,
just be honest.
in the spirit of the moment, I'm the type of
if-
person, I'm aware, I'm observant,
Exactly.
and if I see something that
is
it's not normal,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
it
going to-
makes something go, a light goes
Right.
off, I'm like, okay, that's
Okay.
not normal.
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if we really think about it, we all are clingy in a sense. Because if we all have time to be with our mate and we see there's a change, all I'm saying is if you check your definitions here, a clingy person, it says, will allow a person to be successful. So I'm just saying, for you men and you women out there, if your person wants to be with you, but they allow you to be successful, you allow them to be successful, then you already have a common bond. But if there's something in you that says, I like to do extra activities, and that person starts to change in mood, I would say, put it all together is all I'm saying when it comes to definition. I don't totally feel like there's a problem with being clingy, but I do feel like if you don't have the right motives, being in a relationship with someone whose motives are to be with you full-heartedly, then you're going to get that outcome from them. Now you calling that person clingy because in reality you might not be right yourself. Is all I'm saying. Because if you look at it, a lot of times we use these terminologies in order to cover up our mentality and our behaviors.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or insecurities. But I think it's more behaviors. Because if we're starting to do some things crazy, and we need our space, why you need space for? You ain't need a space for the first 3 years. But hold on, you ain't need a space in 3 years. You could breathe the fine then, but all of a sudden if you're doing extra dinner dates, extra coffee dates, outside of the norm, then it does make you scratch your head a little bit. I'm just saying, if you look at things,
it's
in
interesting though,
both ways.
I can kind of see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but
Just kind of want to open up the show.
There have been instances where other things affect one's clinginess. Like, if you get, excuse my language, I don't mean it. If you lay some good dick down, and a woman want to be around you all the time.
Right.
That could be, if that's not your get down, you're like, yo,
So you've created the clinginess.
Hey, no. I feel like, I don't know if you can create clinginess. I feel like that was that way all along. You just kind of happen to.
You awakened?
Yeah, you've awakened.
And you got to be able to step back, because even in those situations, like you said, you gotta be able to step back, because if that's not what he wants, then your mood is being changed, your life is being disrupted, you're showing up at people's houses uninvited. So you've got to be able to shift, and that's what I'm saying. Being clingy doesn't always work, because a man gets to decide he doesn't really want to be bothered, right? You understand what I'm saying?
Women too.
And women too. And I just say, when we say space, life happens. When people are going through things all the time, sometimes learning how to communicate them, when life is shifting, family is shifting, I may not feel like I may need to be away from you. I may need to be in a different environment to gather my thoughts. And it doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means
I need a moment.
Well, you better go over there to your man's cave.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go on vacation.
You go to the bedroom, I'll go to
with
the
my
guest
family.
room.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go on vacation with you this week. I just want to go with my family. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to kick it with you tonight. You know what I'm saying? If we doing it, so I'm just saying, I think it's a balance, right?
I don't know if that'll work for me.
What? Not going on vacation with you?
Yeah, you go on
with your family?
Yeah,
But is this marriage?
Probably.
Is this marriage?
Probably.
Your
That's
marriage
what, I guess
view?
that's what I'm saying. That my wife ain't finna go on no vacation.
Marriage view, y'all are family.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not married, but you know, at times I like to carry my, you know, I like to pack my pee with me too. I ain't gonna lie, because at a minute of time, right? I ain't trying to be away, because you know I've been on some vacations and I've snuck away in some night times.
And that's fine if you sneak away, but like family is family, bro. Like, but that's not, to me, that's like
my regular with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm a cheater when I'm out there.
Sometimes it's like, and see, that's about, that's like discipline, like your self-discipline and control. Like family vacation is family vacation.
Listen,
if we family,
cousins trip,
exercise,
cousins. You're not a cousin.
Right? Oh, well,
you're not a cousin.
Right. That's different.
You're not the homegirl. Like,
so we don't come from.
And I just say, like, right. So my boyfriend, his friends are married. A lot of them are married. They're going to Vegas. They're going to be in Vegas right before I'm in Vegas. I purposely planned to be in Vegas once he was gone because he is supposed to hang out with his friends. I don't want to be.
Like, this why we going at this time?
Baby, I want to hang out with you. I'm going to tell you.
He said,
I want to hang out with
all his boys, right? All his boys, they're there. Like, they're going to hang together. That's their moment. Like, he doesn't get and like I said, I think it comes from a lot of perspectives of understanding. Like, literally, when you love and you care, you should understand.
I agree with that.
He works, you know, his schedule, his boys' schedule is hectic. Some of them this year we haven't seen them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to Vegas. They're shooting to Vegas to go do them.
And if you
I don't need to be there. Accept that. I'm like, oh, let's schedule our trip at the same time.
Right.
So
If you were clingy, you wouldn't be able to accept his work schedule.
That's not true. The definition says a clingy woman struggles to make sure that is understood. Meaning, I say it, as a man, as a man who loves hard, and I say I love hard too. I love. When my woman's at work, damn, I know she at work, but getting up out the bed, you know what I'm saying? Watching that naked body go in the bathroom to get dressed to go to work upsets me sometimes. And then I'm at the job working too, and all I can think about is, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in a relationship, just, wow, how good it would be back in the bed with my baby.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day?
Oh, hell yeah.
Clingy.
I wish it could rain. I wish it was snow days all day. You know?
Oh, man. And that's interesting, though, because I you know,
and I'm a nurturer and I love, but y'all lame.
I need my little, you know.
I got
like even with this,
to the team man cave.
Like even with this, like coming to do the podcast and stuff, she's like, enjoy your time. Yeah. You enjoy your time, you know, do your thing.
Now you go home and you can be clingy.
Yeah.
Then, but she's already giving you your space to perfect your craft of what it is that you're
also
enjoying.
let her know, like even with the Vegas thing, she was always like, well, when you go to Vegas, I want you to go with your boys first so you can get the full experience. Yeah. And I'm like, that sounds good. That sounds good, but me and you going.
You got an awesome wife.
Me and you going. I want to experience it with you.
You can, right, and you can, right. So that's what, like, there's all kinds of things that we'll say, like, you know, we haven't done Vegas together. I've done Vegas so many times. Yeah. I could skip Vegas with, period, right? We do that. But there are just certain places that men, as they are, like, you need to be able to throw stuff out. You need to be able to talk to your homeboys sometimes, especially like when you're really close, and not feel like, man, my conversation is being monitored because she's sitting right here. Like, I cook for Thanksgiving. His friend and friends come over to the house. Like, we invite everybody who ain't got nowhere to go. They've started coming to my house. Like, I tend to all of that. I play house. I do all of that. But when he needs to go hang out with his friends, he needs that time.
Yeah, I ain't got friends like that. I guess I need to find me some
right. So and then that way we don't have to be.
I don't even want to hang out
so
with
caught up with. But it's not like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care about to create.
I did that when I played organized sports. I played football, I wrestled, I did martial arts. I hung around dudes enough. But I'm not, and I'm gonna tell you like my sister says, I love women. So you know, I don't want to hang around those dudes. I don't want to. I can grab a beer. I see y'all at church. I hang out around the deacons, the pastor, when I'm on the pulpit, when I'm doing my thing. I hang with Jesus. That's all the man I need. But there's just certain. Jesus gave me woman.
So how do you put your ideas out in the universe?
With a woman. Oh, I drive DoorDash in between work. She's at work. What I say? I'm at work. She's at work. when we're away from each other, I multitask.
How are you building out how are you diversifying your portfolios?
Well,
how
right
are you
now, I'm
growing your
single.
money?
Yeah,
no,
I'm single.
but
So
how
I
are you
don't
growing
know.
your money?
Now, I work.
No, but how are you growing your money, right? So men have these conversations. Are we talking stocks? Like, we had a really interesting...
Women have them too.
No,
Did you just say women? We have to evolve.
What is money?
I know a guy who
You can have money.
Listen, I
You
know
can-
men that talk to their wife. Like, I have a partner right now.
Yeah.
His wife got a hell of a portfolio. She is so
That-
intelligent when
and
it
that's-
comes to
and
it. I
that's
would
fine.
love to find that type of woman that I can
Yeah.
spend all my
Right,
time
but-
with that can help me diversify.
But if
my
I'm
portfolio.
busy, right? If I'm busy
But that's
and
you.
somebody
I'm
else,
talking
but I'm
over
just
here.
saying, if the boys got a way to grow the money, then they having them conversations about how to grow the money. They having the conversations about,
got
you
too
know,
much
support.
where can we go to
You giving too much love to these boys because the boys I know ain't growing no
Well, they
money.
say
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
again, circle.
I was
Shift-
with you. Listen,
shift your circle.
I ain't got nothing. That's what I'm saying. I
Shift
was
your
with you when
circle.
you were saying us women are working Fortune 500 companies. I was with you.
Yeah, but I'm
You
just-
right.
I'm
And
just
those
telling
women
you.
I date,
That's
those
what
ones
I'm saying.
I
You gotta
want.
have well-balanced friends.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about the boys, but
Yeah.
if I'm around somebody and all they talking about is stocks and bonds, just the same way if I'm always around somebody and all they talking about is being, you know, a certain way, it's like, damn, my nigga, like,
Yeah.
let's become balanced.
But there's a variety
I
of
agree with that, too.
conversations, right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, everybody's circle is totally different.
Right.
And you know, where my love comes from, and you say Clingy is, his circle is very diverse. Like, right, it's hood on this side, professional on this side.
Yeah.
It's a mix in the middle. It's
Right.
the United Nations. Like, it's a variety of conversations that are taking place. And as much as I love to argue about sports, sometimes he wants to talk to his friends, right? These group chats are going on. So I know there is a lot of growth in these circles because I've been around these men. And I've been around most of their wives or their girlfriends. So I understand. So for me, it's not a question of, man, are they really at the strip club? Man, are they really going to Vegas? Are they cheating on their wives? I don't care what they do.
Okay, so then you basically saying that
Like-
you think women being clingy or men being clingy is a bad thing.
I think it works for certain people. I think that for certain women, you have to understand if you're dealing with a certain. Let me do y'all's daddy Kevin Samuels. If you're dealing with a high value man, if you're dealing with a high value man, clingy is probably not going to work because they don't have time, as you said, they don't have time to lay up. They ain't got time to kick it. Like
I don't know about that.
I don't either.
I don't know about that.
But
Because
I let her say it.
even in the changing of the times,
Yeah.
with the world being the way that it is, especially towards African American men, you know, we don't have a lot of support.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of love
There you go.
from the outside world and the elements that are within. So when we come home, we need a safe haven to come into.
Yeah.
So we need somebody to not necessarily be clingy,
But
your connotation
there.
of clingy,
Affectionate.
but
There.
somebody that's like
There.
supportive,
Yeah.
there, passionate
Affectionate.
about you, because like it was a movie I was watching, Queen and Slim, and she was like, outside of the house he ain't shit, but in here he a king, and their shit really resonated because it's like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even in still, like right with the understanding, you are king, right? But the clingy mentality.
it means nothing to say it though.
But and I show it, right? The reality is though, for
you
my
got-
life
yeah,
and my
sure.
lifestyle and the way that I see it, it's gonna be different because
Yeah.
I've cooked dinner at night.
I could.
And the dinner,
I can't
but I'm
too.
just saying, that was my way of showing my acts of service.
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, I'm gonna start dinner at this time. You know, he should be at home this time. He comes home at 3:00 in the morning. He was at work. So I can be clingy and be mad, or I can say, as you
everybody doesn't have
said,
the
because
same
he's like,
work
and
schedule.
that's what I'm saying.
You do have some guys that are truck drivers that are not going to be home for 3 or 4 days either. You know what I'm saying? But when they get home, what I'm saying is when they get home, they want to know that their woman is there.
Right.
They don't want to know that she's been hanging out with Jack and Jill getting her space, and when he gets home, hell, she ain't made it home because she's still trying to recover.
You want that dog greeting at the door, like,
Right.
I'm so happy you home.
Yeah, something.
I'm asleep.
Because I don't drive trucks. I'm just saying, for my truck drivers out there, I understand.
But it's not just truck driver. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I use that example.
Yeah.
If that's
Y'all
what your woman is
realize that's
doing,
still space.
don't give your woman no grief about that.
Plug
bro.
into that truck.
But it's just, I just say like, for everybody's situation, I think that for some women, clingy works.
Yeah.
But for my life, and you know, like you
that dynamic, it
said,
don't
people
really-
being on the road, being gone, having to be in different cities at different times, you have to be able to be self-sufficient. You have to be able to be disciplined in yourself sometimes to do the right thing and to trust that he's doing the right thing, you're doing the right thing. And when you guys have those moments, you take full advantage of every single moment that you do have, because sometimes we just cannot lay up and cuddle at night.
Well, we
can't, because there's work that got to be done.
I hear you, but I'm gonna tell you this: every woman isn't raised as hard as and independent as you. There are some women that are raised old school. There's a lot of them. There are some women. No, seriously, there are women that are raised to work a simple 9 to 5 and to be home for your man because their mothers were home for their husbands. And there are women who still to this day play with Barbie dolls, you know, and they have these dream homes and they want to go to college and get that little meteor education so that they can be a simple housewoman. So
And
that
I
they can be
applaud them.
and I do too. But I'm just
Salute to
saying.
them.
But this for the show. We want to address you girls. And when you get your man, and all you want to do is just be the best wife you could possibly be. Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
You know, there's a
My
movement.
voice.
Y'all know there's a movement.
Appreciate
No,
it.
so do you feel like the world would be a better place if it was like that?
No, I'm not gonna say that because I think the independent women that are out there that are doing their thing too is fine. But I'm just saying they have to understand that, find that man too. Because at the end of the day, what she's saying is the same thing that I've been crying out to women for a long time. You want to be taken care of, right? You don't want to do nothing. That's for those women on that side, you know, that are not really clingy. All they want is the man that got the money. Okay, well, when I'm not at home 2-3 days at a time, don't get all up on my butt because I'm not there. Because number one, how else are you going to live in this $1 million house? How else are you going to buy them bags that are worthless and those worthless shoes that you wear once with your girlfriends? How else are you going to take everybody to these clubs and pay the bill with my money? I got to go to work. And then when you're not there to satisfy my needs because you choose not to be clingy, but you choose to be clingy to my wallet and not to me as a man.
Not cling to the wallet.
And I decide to go be with someone else because she's paying attention to my every need as my assistant. Then you understand where that comes from. So when we go to court, because it's time for you to take your exit, I don't feel like the judge should say, hey, she gets half. Because of what? What did she do? She didn't do half of nothing. She spent all my money, sat in my house with my maid servants, drove cars that I purchased for her, but you can sit here and tell me she deserved 50% of nothing.
That's different. No, because why are you, if you have nothing to do, then you should have time to be clingy, because you ain't got a job. That's what I'm saying. If I didn't have a job, and I would never not have a job.
I never said they didn't have a job.
If you,
I said they worked the 9 to 5,
but if she,
and they came home, right?
Right, but you're saying,
take a practice.
yeah, she needs to find. You're saying,
no, she does not.
You're saying
we're not
she's
changing
running
those.
up the.
Baby, you ain't got to do nothing but be you.
Yeah,
Even
but
the
you're
adult play therapy uncensored. We don't change.
And she shouldn't get half because she was at home with the maid
I
service.
said, if you're doing nothing, but spending my money, I said, we're getting a divorce because I'm using the assistant because I can't use you.
So if
she don't need no craft. Her craft is me. Instead of spending all my money, you need to be over at the house, on the knees.
But I'm saying that downtime when she's spending your money, she should be doing something.
Right.
Productive.
Right.
And that's
buy
all
me
I'm
something.
saying.
Don't just be spending all my money buying something. Don't be just rolling around town, you know what I'm saying, in the Barbie dream car with your girlfriends. Every time the meal's getting paid, you paying the meal.
But why? Well, and so, because we've been running for a while, but I just say, why as men are you paying for her and her homegirls to freestyle on you? So some of this is about men and you guys' ideas of what a woman is supposed to be, how you have to take care of that woman so that that woman will satisfy you. Because when we go out, my man don't swipe the bill for everybody else. Like,
well, that's a good thing.
You about to get yourself, because he not responsible for us. He responsible for himself, and he don't even swipe for me. Sometimes he be like, "Where your credit card?"
But those are those Fortune 500s.
He be like,
but I'm just saying,
even
you
in
got
theory.
those Fortune 500s that got those. Come on, now you've seen it. Now you think when Trump is out there with Ivanka, or whatever the women, you think they paying for something? You think they got some education?
It makes it silly, and that's what I'm saying. As a male, y'all got to look at what your perspectives are of a woman and what you're.
But we are.
But you're not, because
you said you don't want to be clean. You said you need space.
I'm saying, yeah, because I'm going to swipe my own credit card if need be. Now, if he's with me, you know what I'm saying, gonna run that credit card if you want to. But sometimes it's my turn to run the credit card, right? Because he appreciates the acts of service. But me and my homegirls are not getting up going on vacation on his money.
But it's happening.
And it ain't happening on his money.
Right. But I'm just saying.
And so that's all that I'm saying.
Seen it happen.
So, right. And so men need to create boundaries.
So okay, but that's what she's saying to y'all. She's saying we need to create
Y'all
boundaries.
need to create boundaries. You can be clingy, but that doesn't mean I should take care of your friends.
Hold on. We're talking to the internet world, adult play therapist fans.
And I'm talking to the men in the world.
They are creating boundaries. Those are their boundaries.
Keep them out your pocket.
They're making money so
yeah,
that
but
they
you're
can have
paying
that.
for that companionship.
But that's what they want, though.
No, but that's what I'm telling you, though.
But it's not working.
It's not working. You're paying for it.
If you're complaining about it, that, like I said.
Well, they're not complaining, but I was complaining for.
No, when you are. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying they. But
we're just saying in general.
In general, someone in a group has complained. That's why they put this label, clingy women.
Exactly.
So someone is complaining. So you want it, but then when it becomes too much,
you don't.
Oh, she's negative. Negatively describe her as a clingy woman. She always want to be under me. You want it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've been saying, and I've been saying nobody here, but you want it for a certain extent, for a certain period of time.
Of your convenience.
At some point, you're gonna be like, get off of me,
With a stiff arm.
You know what I'm saying? You're good. You know.
I got it.
So I'm not saying that being clingy and being nurturing, or however you want to describe passionate, affectionate, it's not good. It's a bad thing.
Right.
I'm saying that at some point,
it has to be balanced.
it has to be somebody. At some point, she has to say, okay, I done loved up on him, but I need to also say, okay,
I need love up on me,
but let me give him his space to breathe a little bit. Everybody, what we always talk about here now, self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need your self-care. She needs her self-care, and that's that independent space because y'all can be away from each other. Okay, regroup. Because I can't be good for you if I'm not good for myself.
No.
And I think that's what we're missing. Yes, you want them under you, but if they're constantly under you and tending to your needs, but not tending to them, what are they going through mentally? If they're just focused on you.
I got you. All right, so you heard it here on Adult Play Therapy, y'all. You heard it. You heard it. I'm just saying because we've touched down on the points. We balanced it out, and it sounded good. I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's a great way to open up season 2. You know what I'm saying? With a real good topic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I heard everybody's point, and I love everybody's opinion pertaining to it. And I hope that you guys learned something from it because we've talked about balance. We talked about timing within being clingy. So women, you have to also pay attention to that too. You know, your clinginess can be accepted by some men, 100% of it. But then we've also heard here that you have to be careful for those men who want it starting out, but have a deadline to it to now, wow, it's starting to be a little bit too much, a little overwhelming. I need you to dial it back. And then when that time happens, you know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to be insecure, but allow yourself to understand that, okay, maybe I need to give him a moment to breathe. And that even goes for men too, because men can be psychotic when it comes to clinginess as well. We can go overboard or too far. You know what I'm saying?
So if I call you 99 times, you men who want clingy women, you ask for that.
There you go.
Get people out, and ladies, get off your knees. Like, y'all are paying for people to be on their knees.
Whoa. What are we saying?
Like,
I'm trying to figure out.
He's over here like, I need you to take care of me. Like, cling to me, take care of me.
I need you to
and
clean. I didn't say clean.
And
You're
spending your
clean.
money. Like, you pay sometimes for what you're getting when it's not balanced and what people want to give.
But I'm just saying,
and so I would
paying,
just
you better get on your
Yeah, but that's the thing. We need to stop paying.
If balance, just stay on one knee.
Stay on one knee.
Like Kaepernick. Just be Kaepernick.
We gotta find
one knee down, one hand up.
Right, we gotta find the balance. We gotta find the balance in all of it with the clinginess and everything else.
Yeah.
Clinginess is not necessarily love nor nurturing. So I can cling to you, but I may not necessarily be nurturing you. I may not actually be speaking your love languages, because clingy is a part of a love language of quality time.
But let's say with the clinginess, let's say make sure it's balanced.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't say shit.
I like a little clingy.
Because I don't want to say clinginess is not, providing love language either. I don't want to say that because clinginess
it's a part of it. It's a part of quality time.
Yeah,
because there's only 5 love languages.
You got people, but you got people that are clingy that might be doing
person. It's what that person is dealing with. And we touched on that just a teeny bit. Yeah, that person needs to cling to you. It's not about a clingy woman or man. It's not about, or person. It's not about you. Clingy is that person, what they're dealing with. Why do they need, and Jerry said it just a little bit, we never really got into it. Why do they need to cling to you?
Right.
It might be something you want, but that's something you said you need. But why does this clingy person need? Because everybody don't want what you want.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you clingy, I need you.
How about looking at it as finding?
That's
How about finding people that want to spend decent quality time with you?
Clingy.
But not necessarily
Cling to me,
clingy.
baby.
Because I want to
Quality time with you, like-
Okay, why is it that the Bible says when a man finds a woman, he leaves his family and clings to his wife?
He finds a good thing. I didn't see cling in the Bible.
Yeah, you got to reread it then.
Again, you said
I'll
a man
I'll send you
finding
the
a
verse.
woman. You said a man finding a woman clinging to his wife. I said it at the beginning. No,
It's in Genesis 2.
Are we talking about a wife? Or we're talking about a
But we're not. But
situationship?
hold on, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We can't say situation.
But you
Let's
can't
say
bring that
wife.
scripture
Hold on,
up.
let's do this.
You can't
Let's
bring that
say-
scripture up
every
and
wife starts
say
as
clinging.
that.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Because let's say wife, relationship.
So now you're saying
then
play wife.
situationship. No, let's say
Play wife to not get a
relationship,
ring
then situationship.
because you're playing house.
Well, you gotta understand.
But you're not really building a house.
But-
See, and that's the difference.
We
Is
can't
what I'm
say that
saying.
neither.
But you're not.
Look at what you just
We're
said.
not always
Time has
building.
changed, right?
But we're not always
Okay,
building a home.
let's go to the beginning because this is something that I put up for a sermon. At the beginning, if you really want to say it like that, let's look at it this way. At the beginning, when Adam was created and God created Eve, they were married when God brought Eve to Adam, right? They didn't have time to date. Immediately, when he brought them to him, they were married. They were two as one under God, right? But in today's society, we don't do that. I can't meet a woman and say, y'all put a ring on your finger because you look good, you sound good, you smell good, and your education matches up. We have to date. Therefore, as a husband and wife scenario, you're not going to make a man your husband. You're not going to say, I do to any man who just says, hey, Candi K Lynn, I watched you on podcast and you're beautiful and I love your thought process and this and that. You're
Weird.
See, that's the point I'm saying. So the person that you're going to marry is the one that you date. And when you date them, they have to have a habit, a consistency that you're with. And that's what allows you to marry them. So what I'm saying is, what we're saying when you say is a marriage, this and that, in a relationship, when you become committed to someone, you should be dating to marry. At least I try to date to marry. At the end of the day, I don't want to spend all this time with a female not thinking that I wouldn't put a ring on her finger. And it disappoints me every time that I haven't married one or put a ring on their finger because it does. It just disappoints me. It hurts me because I wasted all this time. But when I date with a purpose. My sister's right here. You see what I'm saying? So she sees how much time and attention I put in my relationships. That's all I'm saying. When you're in a relationship with someone, the end game should be marriage. Therefore, I want to see that cling, not clingy, but that cling. I want to see that level of understanding
That
and all
connection,
that connection and all of that.
Purposeful
in that
quality time.
Right, in that process.
That's my word.
But I don't want a
Purposeful
woman.
quality
What I'm
time.
saying is I'm not gonna marry a woman though. If I'm in a relationship that every time I pop up, I need time for myself. Well, if you need time for yourself, you don't need me. Because eventually we're going to have kids, we're going to have this.
But not necessarily. How can I give?
Listen,
How can I give?
You said it has to be personal sometimes
Yeah,
too.
but how
I'm just
can-
telling you personally.
That
for
person
myself,
is not ready for what your needs.
Yeah,
And that's the point.
And that person's
So
not ready
that's
for
what-
your needs.
that's why I say it-
in
you have
that
to be
level, in that
equally-
stage, that person is
Yeah.
not there.
Right.
And that's why I kept saying, how are we breaking it down when we're talking about? Because there are several levels. I feel like, and I said at the beginning, I feel when you're married,
Yes.
you both should cling to one another. I said that when you're dating with a purpose, you should be finding individuals, like you said,
Individuality there.
you want to find the individuals that you dating to want to put that ring on their finger.
Right.
But then also, because like I said, I'm listening to everybody. Also, Candi K Lynn talked about this being a time of city girls. Okay?
It is.
And those women and those people who are dating, that cling is totally different.
Yeah.
What are they, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, when we're breaking down, I feel
They
like
cling to my wallet.
They cling
I've already told you.
And I would say for
your wallet.
if-
Y'all
for-
said earlier the
Yeah,
D, you know, B D was it BDE, big D, yeah. They cling to all of that. Yeah, I said it.
For marriage though, it is imperative that you cling to one another.
Have
Yeah, it is.
to.
But hold on.
Because
you
if you
didn't
don't,
get
then
there
somebody
until
else
what?
is gonna get
Did you
into
not
that.
see a system? Did you not see a rhythm? You know, before you decided to propose, or was it like, I love this girl, I'm gonna marry and hope
No,
she's
it had to
here?
be a rhythm because I was,
That's what I'm saying.
I was in a marriage before to where I was the one that was like looking for
Your attention
more
and time.
And
Exactly.
I was proud of that. But this situation, I was like, okay, we on the same wavelength. So,
There you go.
It works.
Because she gave you that attention. She was wanting to be there.
It was
She
something like, you
clinged
into this?
to
Oh,
you.
me too. Okay.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. So for you guys, everybody saying it right here, you gotta find that energy. You gotta find that energy, that positive energy, that positive person.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a couple of episodes, guys. We're gonna take this stuff up really good. You know what I'm saying?
This is
but
good.
yeah, this is good. This was really good. really good, really, really good. And getting those perspectives are very important because we want to make sure that you, the audience, understand exactly, what to look for.
Yeah.
And I believe like everybody's kind of giving you an example of what to look for as well as understanding. Some of us work and some of us have working partners in our lives. So we have to respect the time and the space. But then that doesn't mean that we're not cling to each other. It's just we don't want it to go overboard. And then some say that if there's too much, there may be some type of setback or something, an urge or a need that's missing out of someone's life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the past experience or whatnot. And I have no problem being vulnerable with you guys. I do that all the time. So I'll tell you exactly how I feel. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a good host if I did not kind of show my true colors a little bit on the show too, because somebody out there could relate to me. That even Jerry being married, he said that coming from a relationship that wasn't enough, when he found his enough, it excites you. It makes you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, clingy. You know what I'm saying? Clingy women. We don't say clingy mates.
How many of us have them?
Right. Is it natural? Is it nurturing? Or can it be problematic? You know what I'm saying? You heard it, folks. First here, folks. At the end of the day, we want to know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we're ending another segment of the episode. This is coming from your boy, the original John 20 at Adult Play Therapy Uncensored.
It's Jerry P.
And
it's your girl, Candi K Lynn.
And our wonderful, beautiful, beautiful guest here, my little sister, who I love dearly. You know what I'm saying? Miss Carrington, Glennis here. So
Miss Carrington, if you're nasty.
Do not be nasty.
Miss Carrington, if you're clingy.
That's it. All right, man. So with much love, you know what I'm saying? Respect, is this your host here? We out here from Adult Play Therapy. Y'all come see us, man. All right, we talk to you later. Take it easy. Cool.